Good morning, Tukwila. How are you? Last night was the elections. I stayed up and I updated my Instagram all the way till 2 o'clock in the morning. And it showed Joe Biden was ahead. Um, let me see. What is. Let's see, Joe Biden. Here we go. I tell you, it takes a lot for me to get to my Google. Okay. Here we go. Okay. I'm looking at it via the Electoral College map, which is different from doing the other voting. There has been an update. Presidential results: Joe Biden has 238 electoral college votes, and Trump has 213. In order to win, the candidate needs 270. So, looks like it's going to be Joe Biden. That is the projection. That's what I'm projecting. In the Senate race, the Republicans have 47. The Democrats have 45. They need 51 to have a Senate majority. Okay. When it comes to the House, the Democrats have 192. The Republicans have 185. It takes 218 for a congressional majority. Okay. So that's the way that I look at it. I don't look at how many votes actually, because what you need is a huge turnout for either party so that uh, the electoral votes will go for the right candidate. Because you can have a huge turnout, but the electoral college will only vote for the candidate who has the most votes. That's why they say voting for a third party candidate is a waste of time. It's um, it is you know, okay, let me give you an example. In the presidential race, there were two other people that ran, right? So you had, let me go back. So you got one for the major party, one for the other major party. Then you've got these two uh, other parties. I think they're independent and the Green Party. Well, let me go down. Howie Hawkins, other candidates, Joe Jorgensen, right? These people received votes, which takes away from the major candidates' votes, right? So you've got Joe Jorgensen, Libertarian Party. He got 1,585,381 votes. So if those persons wasn't there, those 1 million votes, those 1 million voters would have had to choose between Joe Biden and Donald Trump, right? Howie Hawkins, Green Party, he received 759 votes. Other candidates received 351,152 votes. So when you do the math on that, that's almost 2 million votes that could have went for Biden or for Trump. That's why it's important for the parties to choose a candidate that the people will vote for. That's what got the Republicans into a situation, because Barack Obama was so personable and so effervescent. The Republicans needed somebody that they could put up that would be charismatic, like, Barack Obama was. And Jeb, nope. Mitt, nope. It's just, it is what it is. They just didn't have anybody on the Republican side. And then you had Trump, who was such, Trump isn't really like Trump. You understand what I'm saying? Most of the stuff that he does is just a performance, but he had, y'all, I don't know. All I can say is, as it stands right now, Joe Biden has 51.1 of the vote. Donald Trump has 48.3. Okay. And Joe Biden has 238 votes of the Electoral College. Trump has 213. And that's it. As Nene would say, it is what it is. Okay. Every day that whenever I get up and I'm looking like Ramonda, I always think about her, and Kat, we called her Kat. That's my cousin from Albany, Texas. And so shout outs to Kat Mama, wherever she is today. And what I wanted to also go over with you guys today is the police situation. Okay. And I looked to see what was going on in Tukwila as far as police incidents. There was a shooting a month ago at the 7-Eleven off of Military Road. But that was a month ago. And as far as I know, as far as I could tell, there's been no movement in that story as far as them finding anybody or anything like that. Let me see. Yeah. And so I sent a message to him to find out if there's been any a status update in that story. So when I hear back from them on that, then I'll let you know. So, but the Tukwila Police Department, as you know, they're looking for a chief, and they're looking to hire more officers too. The police department works with the public to ensure safety, dignity, and respect for all. By constantly improving its own practices and educating the community, the department both prevents and pursues crime. There is a citizen aspect of the police department, just so you know, if you were curious about that. Let me also give you the information. The police department is now on the boulevard at 15005 Tukwila International Boulevard. And business calls are to go to 206-433-1808. Anonymous tips go to 206-431-3689. Email is pdcommendations@tukwila.gov. Complaints, pdcomplaints@tukwila.gov, and tips@tukwila.gov. Okay. Um, let's see. The men and women of the Tukwila Police Department maintain professionalism and promote safety throughout the diverse city of Tukwila. It's not as diverse as it used to be. Okay. With a wide range of programs and initiatives, officers prevent and address criminal activity of all types, which they do. Tukwila PD used to be a different department. They've had 2 police chiefs since I've been here. The first one that I met was a Hispanic police chief, and he left. And he was a very nice man. I really liked him. He was replaced by a black police chief who hated my guts. Okay. He hated my guts, y'all. I ain't lying. I don't know why this man didn't like me, but he did not like me. Okay. Which was fine. You know, I knew quite a few of the officers that were like in my area and stuff. And, you know, they were good guys. I don't live in the same area of Tukwila anymore. Like I was telling you, Tukwila is 4 corners or 4 quarters. And I used to live in one, and now I live, you know, on the complete opposite end of it, you know. So where I live now, we don't see police officers. Where I lived before, we saw police officers constantly. And I used to see prostitution and, you know, people being killed, constant accidents. You know, it was a very bad place. But like I said, I didn't choose that place. Virgil did. That's how I ended up in Tukwila. When I first moved to Washington, I lived in Wallingford. And when I moved from Wallingford, I moved to Northgate, and then from Northgate to Lake Forest Park. So I ended up in Tukwila once I came back from Baghdad. So, and I've just been here the whole time because I was here with Virgil, you know. Then 6 months after breaking up with Virgil, Joseph was killed, which, you know, he's buried at Riverton. So if anybody has any questions about Dignity Memorial or burial services or anything like that in the Tukwila area, let me know. I can tell you what my experience has been. The Tukwila Pantry right now is looking for volunteers. I served on the board with the pastor of that Methodist church. So if you want to ask me any questions about the Tukwila Pantry, let me know. If you are watching this and you volunteer for the pantry, let them know that you found out about them needing help from watching Good Morning Tukwila. Okay. With Coletha Albert, your host. I can tell you, as far as the Tukwila School District, they have a lot of positions that are open. But ever since I've been in Tukwila, there's been a problem with the school district. This same pastor who's over the food pantry, she's also doing something with Tukwila School. So, let me go there because I was just, I never got into it because I never had a child in this school district. Let me just go there right quick. Okay. They have volunteer opportunities too at Tukwila schools. Um, oh Lord, let me see. Everything that they do is so segmented. There's, there's a lack of unity is what I feel, and you know what that is, divide and conquer. Divide and conquer. It's, I think that it makes for a great opportunity for those of you who are watching now to start your own charter schools. If it was me, I would start my own charter school. I wouldn't deal with the Tukwila School District at all. So if you're Somali or Vietnamese or Hawaiian, I would look into starting a charter school. And I know that's not what I'm supposed to be saying on Good Morning Tukwila. That's my own personal opinion. And I can do that because I don't have no advertisers or nothing like that. But yeah, the stress, I just wouldn't put my kid through it. I just wouldn't. It's a hot mess. So see, like it's mostly people who are not from America that go to this school, right? So for November 4th, they have student-led or parent-teacher conferences begin November 4th and end November 6th. So it looks like they're making these little foreign kids go to school during coronavirus. Let's call Foster High School. Okay, if I can even find the contact us. Let's call them.
Thank you for calling the Tukwila School District. If you would like to speak with the District Administration Office, press 0. To transfer directly to Cascade View Elementary School, press 1.
Our congressman grew up in South Seattle, Adam Smith. But he went to school in the SeaTac School District. Their schools are a lot better. Their schools are a lot better. Okay. So I believe that they are doing online school. Nobody's answering, so I'm glad of that. I was just about to say, honey, do yourself a charter school. So nobody's answering, so that is good. I'm glad of that. I was just about to say. If you want to get in touch with Tukwila School District, the email is communications@tukwila.wednet.edu. To call the school district, The number is 206-901-8000. Their fax number is 206-901-8016. Okay? Let's see. There's nothing, even at the very top, there's nothing on here that says anything about COVID-19. Nothing. Early release parent-teacher conference is November 4th through 6th, so that's today. Reminder that all schools will have an early release November 4th through November 6th for parent-teacher conferences. Foster High School and Showalter Middle School students will be released from online. Okay, so it says online and in-person learning at 11 a.m. today. And elementary school students will be released from online and in-person learning at 12:45 p.m. Couldn't be me. It couldn't be me, honey. I can definitely say at this point in time in the age of my life, I can be around a school, and let me tell you, foster is really bad. They're really bad. I used to live just a block away from Foster High School. The neighborhood was so bad that the kids didn't even go to school. So many times I would catch people, children hanging out. No truant officer came to look for them. They just threw these kids away. But it's up to the parents. Like I said, if it was me, honey, I'd be having a charter school. Population 2. Teacher 1. The toxicity, the negativity. How can a child learn? Just like how can a child grow if they're being given food that's laced with poison? Ain't nobody said being a parent was easy, but it's up to you to do the best that you can by your kids. Do the best that you can by yourself. Take care of yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, socially. This is Earth. Everything is here. Everything good and everything bad. It's up to you to accept the good. It's up to you to accept the good, because the bad is there. It's there. It don't have to be cultivated. It's just natural. What has to be cultivated is the good, and what has to be accepted is the good, because the bad is just forced on us. So let me go, y'all. As you can see, I'm getting a call. So good morning, Tukwila. Thanks for watching. Like this video. I've got merch. So get your merch for Good Morning Tukwila, and I'll talk to y'all another time. Okay? And I may come back with election results if we get a projected winner. All right. Talk to y'all later. Bye. You see what I'm doing? Too much technology.